Hello from iFX International 2025. My name is Jeff Patterson, Head of Customer Success at Finance Magnates. I'm here today with Andres Jimenez, COO and co-founder at Swiset.
Hi, Jeff.
Nice to talk to you. So before we dive in, I just wanted to ask you, how are you enjoying the event so far?
Well, actually, it's been pretty good. I guess it's one of the crowdest one that I've been, and so far it's been nice. Like you got the time to talk to a lot of people, meet new people, clients, providers. Also, the talks have been amazing. So yeah,
Glad to hear. So I'll just jump right in here. Something a little more close to you. So Swiset recently acquired proprietary firms tech in early 2024. A
yeah.
move that certainly extends your reach, the prop firms and the brokerage space. How do you feel this acquisition fuels Swiset's growth strategy and AI-driven innovation?
Sure. Well, I think that prop for the last year it's getting like stuck in the same space, just dashboard CRM, people trying to find more clients just to buy a challenge and that's it.
Sure.
But at the end, we need to go back to the basic. The basic is the end users, is the traders. So what are the traders doing? How are they literally trading? Are you give them the right things that they need to trade better or just helping them to buy more? And I think this is one of the most important things that you need to think as a business owner. And is what else can I do to literally help my traders? So that's why what we try to do is enhance the trading capabilities with our AI analytics tool.
Interesting perspective, to say the least. So you're a futures trader, an expert in algorithmic strategies. There's been a large buzz around futures prop trading. Why is it gaining so much traction as of late, and why are algos simply reshaping the space?
Sure. So we need to see the algos into the prop trading space in two different ways. So first, we have all those algos to just help you pass the challenge,
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have all the other algos who can help you do, let's say, some tricky things inside the props.
Okay.
Both of those are not good for the traders itself, and not even for the prop as well. So I guess we need to start seeing how really good algos, like not trying to pass the challenge and that's it, but rather than becoming an algo trader, help the traders and also the props to be a good one. Instead of just, okay, I'm gonna buy this gold algo, that is one of the famous one, by the way, in LATAM, and it's gonna help me pass the challenge. But you know what? Then as soon as you pass the challenge, in the funded stage, you cannot use algo. So you know what is gonna happen? You're gonna lose the account and you're gonna, so that's not the idea. The idea is for you to create something that will help you improve as a trader, and then it's not gonna ruin your career as well. And the same thing for the props as well. So they manage and know how to handle with the algos, and also, review and assign the resources in order to fund those traders, those algo traders.
100%. So your data shows approximately 80% of traders fail prop trading challenges globally. However, in South America, traders persistently retry. In your estimation, what drives that resilience, and how can platforms better support these traders?
We in LATAM, we like to be persistent. We like to fight. We don't like to, let's say, die in the middle. So I guess that's one of the key points. We've been through a lot as LATAM, as Colombian. So I guess that's one of the first things that happen. So we don't give up easily, let's say that way. But at the same time, we find a way. So, and I see like the pattern of like repetitive like challenges and more, let's say, purchase coming from LATAM. I think that's why, because we don't give up easily. We like to keep trying, even though that the first, second, or the third time didn't work. Well, you can try it again. And I think that's one of the key things that we have as a LATAM people, that at the end, we managed to do it, and yeah.
Well, I admire the perseverance, especially as a collective ethos in all of Latin America. So certainly an interesting takeaway from a whole region. So
Yeah, also you have to think about it as the necessity level, the scarcity that we have in LATAM. So it's not the same for someone in Europe, or even in MENA region to buy a challenge or just deposit it in a broker account, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. In LATAM, you don't get that. The max you can get is like, someone buying a challenge for 100. And if they lose, okay, they can try a second or a third time. But more than that will be hard. So in here, the people will try for the 100K challenge and they will pay 1,000 for that challenge. If they lost it 2 times, maybe the third time they will deposit in a broker, 5K.
Yeah.
And that's good. Of course it's money, but for LATAM it's their money. So I think that's another view to see this.
Definitely a good change, perspective. So from a purely technology perspective, how do you feel Swiset differentiates its support for prop firms, brokers, individual traders, and what is your take on brokers turning into prop firms and vice versa?
Good. So I think going to the first question that I said, especially coming from the broker side, is the same thing. Mm-hmm. Brokers are specialized in executions and having the best trading condition for the traders, and that's good. But the traders need more than that right now. They need a journal, they need analytics, they need someone else to support. And that's why you see a lot of traders coming from a community or coming from a trading academy or coming from a money manager side. So that's why we think, and in Swiset, we provide everything that they need to succeed in those high volatile markets like right now, where they can understand not having the best execution. You can get that in a lot of brokers. But besides that, also understand their own behavior. And with that, they can perform better. And in the proper landscape, is the same thing, but from the risk side.
Yeah.
So, as I said, also, there's a lot of fraud going on with Algos or just traders trying to go martingale, hedging, and so on. So applying AI to those specific scenarios also leverage the opportunity for the prop to acquire and have the really good traders, and not just the one who wants to just get a payout from the prop.
Just one more question.
Yeah.
About your panel, you are focusing on how gamification can boost engagement and skill building, but also carries responsible trading concerns. How can platforms strike the right balance between these benefits and risks?
Yeah, that's why I like so much the panel, because it's so...
It's definitely an interesting topic.
Yeah, exactly. And you have the two opposites. So you have to think about it as first of all, what kind of prop you are, what kind of traders you want to attract. And after that, you start to build the strategy on top of that, right? I don't want to give up names, but think about it as if I want to attract these kind of traders who are driven by the game, the gamifications, the competitions, the leaderboard, the badges, those are different traders than the ones that you're going to attract who the first thing you're going to say to them is, we want to fund you with 1 million, instead of get a payout fast of 1K. Yeah. So those are two different targets. So you have to think as a prop what you want. And once you understand what you really want as a company, you start to develop those specific strategies. Because I think both are really good. I used to work as a stockbroker, and of course you're not that gamified when you are working in an institutional level, right? But you like to compete.
For sure.
You like to compete with your colleagues. You like to see if you are better than them in sales or...
The mentality never goes away.
Yeah, exactly. We all have that a small gamble thing inside of us. So I guess even though in this specific institutional side and more, let's call it less gamification one, still you can have those kind of things. But if you do it very gamified, just like a gaming, you will find different kind of traders. So it depends what you want at the end, to be honest. But I think both strategies are good, and you have to try to think what's the best way of combining them.
Absolutely. Definitely a very interesting perspective, especially with each of those sides. So that's really it for me. Do you have any other questions or anything you want to add, rather?
Not really. I think every business, you have to think about it, about what's your target audience, what you want to attract. And thinking about it, what exactly you want to attract, you have to have the whole strategy put it all together. It's not just the marketing, it's not just the features, it's not just the product and the tech. You have to align all. So thinking what you want, you start building the whole and complete structure, because at the end the strategy is the brand and the brand is the strategy. So yeah, I guess that's it. Well, thank you for having me as well.
It's been a pleasure to talk to you. So I appreciate the perspective.
Likewise,
so.
yeah.